Hello and welcome to another episode of the Electric Norwegian. I'm Mats. Well, as you can see behind me, it's a Nissan Arya. It isn't just any Nissan Arya though, it's a Nismo. So, park sensors, new front details, red spoiler lip there with a Nismo badge on it. I must say I like it. It looks kind of cool and funky. 20-inch rims, 255, 55, no, 255, 45, 20s. The rims. Of course, you have the red detailing and the black. It's other than that, it's a bit like the same. I like the suspension setup so far. I haven't just driven it from the dealer and down here, but still, it looks really good, doesn't it? With the red details and this taillight back here. Other than that, it's the same as the standard car. Pretty spacious. Got some space down here for your stuff. You know. So yeah, I always liked the Arya. It's a good car, that. It's quiet, it's comfortable. The Katara inlays, soft touch surfaces. Look at this here. And I mean, I sit behind myself now. I got what, 3 fingers there. 2 fingers. Oh, nice Alcantara, kind of textile. It's a nice back seat, this. Okay, it's not a glass roof. Sure, but okay, you know, you can live with it. Ventilation, 2 USB-C ports. So clearly been some updates since I drove it last time. I mean, I drove it when it came a few years ago. Here you have, at least you have space for a bottle. Gloss plastic. Gloss black. We'll gloss over that, as it were. But I think it looks good. It looks sporty and funky, and the Arya always had its own. It's a Model Y competitor. It's about the same size. They're all the same thing. All these crossovers, they all look the same. They're all sort of utility cars. They're meant to do a job. They're not meant to be sexy or fun. But this is good looking. It's always been a good looking car. And in the interior, you have the same here. Good soft touch surfaces. Nice looking interior. I do love the red. See the red stripe. Very comfortable seat. Okay, you can date it a little bit. These buttons here are a little bit, yeah. Same goes for this, but at least they're buttons, and I'm sure there are another bank of buttons here. Soft touch Alcantara. Bit of space with your charger. Some more space. Let's see if you can see this down there. Other than that, it's bare bones. There's supposed to be a storage space here somewhere. I'm not entirely certain. There it is. Yeah. So you know, not the biggest glove box in the world, but it's, you know, it's there. Have some lighting there in the night. The screen here is, I'll be honest with you, is very low res screen. But it's become quicker since last time I drove it. Still a bit of a lag, but it is better now, because last time it was. But it's still low res. It's not like a Tesla or some Chinese cars or anything like that. But these functions here still work. The haptic buttons here, I like them a lot. And then they pop up here like a sub menu. So they're always around when you need them. So they're not physical buttons, but you know, it's a good compromise. You have your e-pedal button here, drive modes, and your charge indicator for the phone. Couple of those. Not too bad. It looks okay. You close it. It looks kind of classy in a way. Steering wheel is a little bit cheap feeling, maybe. Instrument cluster, you can sort of customize it. in different ways. But yeah, I haven't really gotten this thing to... haven't understood all of this yet. It is a heated steering wheel. I don't know if you see that. I see it. Bose sound system, I haven't tested it yet. I will. I think it has head-up display, but I can't see it. And I've taken my glasses off now. Still can't see a head-up display. But whatever. In Nismo mode it has this kind of fake engine noise. Not very, but it is there, and that's okay. I reset the consumption, the trip computer now. When I first drove the Arya, I said it's a very quiet car, and it still is, even if this has bigger tires and everything. And the seats are, it's kind of spec-wise the same as my Model Y. Long range in many ways, 450 horses, 500-600 Newton meters, 0 to 100 kilometers in around 5 seconds, stuff like that. So it's more than, it's not a performance car as such. It's not a Ioniq 5N competitor. It's more like a, call it a hot hatch or a hot crossover if you want. And it's priced at around 540,000 NOK, which is, I think is around 50,000-60,000 euros, depending on market. And that's perfectly fine for what it is, after all. It's in Nismo mode though, the mapping on the throttle pedal is a little bit too instant. You can drive it nice, but you can drive it smoothly, but it takes a little bit more demand from you to do so. You can just use the drive mode button here to slush it down into normal. Perfectly fine, and it's still a fairly quick car. Got the e-pedal going. Yeah, there's a bit more road noise in here, but there's not that much more road noise than the usual one. It's perfectly adequate. You can live with this one. So you can feel it's a bit firmer. It's not as soft as a normal car is, but actually, as I drive the new Uniper Model Y, which is a bit quieter than this, I have to add. But suspension-wise, setup-wise, they so far feel quite similar, really. So this isn't as cosseting as the normal car is. It's not meant to be. It's a bit more sporty, a bit more driver's car. So let's find some driving roads and see what it is, what's what. This is I think it has about an 80-90 kilowatt hour pack, and four-wheel drive, 2 motors, of course. 400, I think it's around 450-60 horsepower, and I don't remember if it's 550 or 600 Newton meters, something like that. It's now away from the motorway. Most of the timers is kind of gone. We know we're doing a decent speed. I like the suspension setup. It's firm, but still not harsh. It's kind of soft enough to function as a firm. It's kind of a hot hatch GTI. That's kind of what it feels like. It's not a hardcore, like for instance the Ioniq 5N sometimes can be a little bit too much. No, I haven't found out how to disable the, I'm sure there's a button somewhere. Anyways, the overspeed warning. I do like the steering input, the feel of the car. It's a good car, this. Okay, yeah, there could have been more storage in the front here. This open solution between the seats, kind of. Maybe someone have made a third-party yacht floor you can put in there. I don't know. As you can see, sort of secure it at each end. As of now, anything you put there will kind of roll around, and there's a certain hazard. It might end up under the pedals and so on. But we're at 86%. We have 331 indicated kilometers. I don't have an energy graph here. I can't tell you the real world anything, really. I can tell you though is the consumption since I reset it, since we had the walk around. We have had a consumption of 260 watt hours. It's falling, sure, but it's not exactly a Model Y this. And when it comes to energy efficiency, but that's kind of fine, I guess. Screen is easily accessible. It works. It has a day-night mode. You have a set of buttons on the side there that you can use kind of to get around. The charging, though, I don't know if it's been improved, but when the car came out, one of the few points of negativity was that it had reduced charge speeds over time, and kind of if you fast charged it a lot the same day or on the same travel, it kind of went into a limp mode home. It could do anyway. Maybe that's been improved now, I don't know. I hope so. But it's supposed to do, imagine you get 400 kilometers out of it. Maybe you do more if you drive carefully. You do maybe 300 if you drive it on a lot of motorway. So, as in everything else, it depends. Obviously. Nag this poor young person in this car. Oh well. We're just cruising country road behind the traffic here, you know, doing 80 kilometers an hour, whatever, up and down. It is an 80 kilometers an hour road. You know, traffic comes and goes, does its thing, and we are slightly limited by the big trailer in the front there, but he's doing his thing. He knows this road, so it's clearly not a slouch. But why should he buy this instead of Model Y long range, for instance, or an Xpeng G6 or something? I'm not gonna call it old because it isn't, but in some ways it is. Like, for instance, the instrument cluster here and the font and the layout of it, and also the infotainment screen and the resolution of it. It's kind of old school in a way. Kind of recognize it if you had a 10-year-old car. There's nothing wrong with it. It works, you know where everything is. And in the ergonomics, it's traditional, particularly in Nissan and some Japanese cars. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little bit old-fashioned, I guess, in a way. Old hat. Well, you get a heated windscreen, and you get a decent cabin ergonomics. Okay, I don't think you have a trunk. Charging curve isn't the best. It's perfectly okay. Of course, compared to the Xpeng, this kind of loses out on all fronts, doesn't it? Compared to the Model Y, it's a bit of a more even race in some ways. And of course, then you have the Toyota. Well, I would definitely take this, particularly the Nismo version over the Toyota, because it drives really well. It's not a hardcore sports car. It's not meant to be, but you can kind of toss it around. There is some suspension movement. You can sort of feel it settled into a corner. It tips into the corner, but then it kind of stays there, and you never get the feeling it's going to fall over. This is the most efficient electric car on the road? No, of course not. It's not meant. It's perfectly fine. Now we have a consumption. We had an average consumption of 237 watt hours, so 23.7 if you want. We've done 75 kilometers already though, so it indicates 300 kilometers now at 77%. So, I mean, 400 kilometers is easily available on a day like today, and it wasn't fully charged when we left. So I'd say maybe you get closer to 500. That's not bad at all. In fact, it's rather good. So, yeah, sound system, it's good. Yeah, I haven't fiddled with any adjustments or anything like that, any settings on it. So just cranked it up as it stands, whatever that is. And sure, it's a Bose system, so take it or leave it. Bose has many opinions on that, but no, it's good. It does its job. Is there better systems out there? Yeah. Is there worse systems out there? Definitely. Well, as in more mediocre. This definitely can give you a good musical experience. I like the interior touches they've done with the use of Alcantara or Alcantara-like materials. There's some cheap plastics here and there, and the roofliner isn't the most exclusive ever made, but alright. Let's face it, 40, 50, 60,000 euros for a car, at least in Norway, isn't exactly what it used to be. So, you know, there's a big spread in not necessarily quality, but perceived quality and interior quality on all the little things. You know, depends on what you value the most, what's important for you. Ergonomics is good. It's a fairly quiet, comfortable car. It's fairly spacious, and it looks really nice. I always said the Arya has its own kind of identity. Bit of an egg, but it's a good egg. And the Nismo has this extra little details that makes it stand out. And it still is in this Nismo variant. If you want a little bit more driver involvement, it's definitely worth having a look at. And a big thank you to Brenner's Auto for lending me the car and allowing me to have it for a few hours and sample it for you. Oh no, the house is burned. Poor people. Now I'll keep on enjoying myself, and then I can go back and deliver it in about an hour's time or so. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe if you want to. I know a lot of you who watch my channel aren't subscribed. It would help if I could make 1,000 subs this year. It's not much to ask for, but it is at least a goal. So, and leave a comment if you want. But mostly thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care out there. Goodbye.